Good evening, folks, and welcome to Hoover High School. What a special night in 7A. Hyche Hoops is in the house on WOTM. Bart Hyche along with my teammate, my partner, Big Dub. Hey, we up in the nest tonight, man. What you think?
We are up here in it, B. Hyche.
Exactly. That's probably because we used to come over here and win. That might be why they put us all over here.
Yeah, that's right.
But no, we're happy to be here. Spain Park, number 7 in 7A. Hoover, number 2. Jason, this is a heavyweight bout. I mean, it's going to be back and forth. 7A is going to be so competitive. What can we expect tonight out of these two teams?
Well, I'm going to put it out here like this. These two teams play different than a lot of the other teams in 6 and 7A. They really put emphasis on getting the ball inside.
Yes.
You know, they've got, both teams have numerous quality big guys. They have been, the guards for both teams have been taught how to get that thing in there. So I expect a really physical game inside the three-point line.
As do I, and this is such a rivalry game. You know, used to these teams were in the same area, they're not anymore, and so when do they match up? It'll be down the road. But let's talk about the talent a little bit for both of these teams. You know, you got multiple D1 players in this game. Sam Wright has been a mainstay for Spain Park, and we'll talk about players to watch in a minute. But he's got offers. Zach Gray's going to lead. The young kids, Brown, London, Fairley, they're all getting looks. How much talent's in this game?
Lots of talent here, Bart. And I'm assuming there's some young kids that may have not been put in the pivotal roles that both teams will count on. So, yeah, definitely two teams loaded with talent.
And CLC, Christian Life Church, is our sponsor for our pregame, and our players to watch, as we mentioned, are coming up. For me, for Hoover, it's got to be Dwayne Brown. The 6'9", 255-pound sophomore. He posts so deep in the lane. Number 55, big fella. You got to keep an eye on him. And Hoover does a great job throwing it to him in the post. Excellent post feeders. And Salim London, son of Tariq London, who I played against, played at Alabama. Left-handed, can shoot it a little bit, but just wiry, long. Really good defender. Those are my two players to watch for Hoover. What about you for Spain Park, Jason?
Let's start with Sam Wright. Physical, very skilled, great footwork, can pass out of the post, really good hands, never quits on a play, Bart.
Yes.
He's always active. I watched him play Hartzell a couple weeks back. He really put a pounding on Hartzell on the backboards offensively.
And we know Zach Gray going to lead. We know he can shoot it. He's an all-around player. But you really like the junior guard, Chase James.
Chase James is another young kid. He's a junior. I'm really looking forward to seeing who Coach Latch puts him on.
Yeah.
So you're talking about a bona fide matchup with him and London, him and Farley. Am I saying that right? Farley or Fairley?
Fairley.
Okay, Fairley.
How you're coachable. That's good. We're coachable now, too.
But both teams are going to guard each other. Every possession is going to be a battle. Looking forward to it.
Well, shooting to change is something, and you'll see the coaches. They have the T-shirts on, and it's a program. We'd like to welcome each of you to the game at Spain Park Hoover. It is part of the nation and statewide event, held to promote autism acceptance through athletics. Shooting to Change was started by Coach Drew Powell and his wife, Jenna Lee, in support of their son, Parker. When Parker was diagnosed with autism in 2014, the Powells wanted to help make a difference for Parker and kids like him. Teaming up with Project Outreach Gulf Coast, the Powells wanted to help start Shooting to Change the way we see and serve student programs like Project Outreach Service Clubs, to help serve and connect with students with disabilities, and to make this world better for us all. As you see both coaches there with their shirts on, Coach Ware and Coach Latch, who we'll talk about in just a second. But during the month of January, ending the week of February the 4th, men's and women's high school and college basketball coaches around the state are and will show their support for this initiative by wearing Shooting to Change shirts provided to them by the Project Outreach Gulf Coast. And we are excited that tonight's game is a part of something bigger. And thank you for coming out and supporting Shooting to Change. So there are the coaches, Jason, Scott Ware, and Chris Latch. Talked to both of them. I talked to Scott Ware, and how much respect. You can see they've been laughing, they've been talking. They talk about Coach Chris Latch. I will all throughout the game. First off, there's Coach Ware. We'll talk about him. Just energy, fiery guy. You know, he was here with Coach Burkett for a long time and has gotten this job, and this team is talented. They will guard you. It's all about defense. But this is not an easy job, and he has kept Hoover competitive year after year after year.
they've won state championships when nobody expected.
Correct.
You know, they upset a Mountain Brook team that nobody thought was going to get beat. Getting to Coach Latch, legendary coach. He is a coach's coach.
He good man.
Just legendary, man. That's all I can say. I told another coach the other day that we were going to call this game. They're like, "Oh, Coach Latch," and I was like, "Yeah, that's him. That's him."
Well, it's like even I know you're not a huge officials guy, but even the officials love Coach Latch. But no coach wants to coach against him. You can hear, and the thing is, you'll see this a lot tonight, but especially from Coach Latch, switching defenses constantly, keeping the other team off guard, seeing a scouting report in on how a player's going to go this direction, that direction, making them do things they don't do well. This game will be about scouting. Explain that to people.
Well, I'm going to say that I watched him the other day. No matter where these kids are on the floor, no matter how loud it gets in here, the only voice they hear is Coach Latch.
That's exactly right.
So I think the environment's going to be a good one. I guarantee you both teams are scouted up great. It's going to be a battle.
It is going to be a battle. Thank y'all for joining us here on Hyche Hoops. As I said, our pregame report was brought to you by Christian Life Church off of Valleydale. Pastor PJ, one of my good friends, he'll join us at halftime. Thank you for joining in on the pregame. Hyche Hoops is going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with the starting lineups and our tip-off sponsored by Alice Maxwell Realty. We'll be right back. All right, folks, we are back. Hyche Hoops about to get it started. Hoover High School played here the first year in 1994. It's good a couple of times, bad once. But starting lineup, Spain Park, Corbin Long, Hunter Harrett, Zach Gray, Chase James, Sam Wright, Hoover, Jarrett Fairley, Elijah Heron, Salim London, Jonathan Casito, and Dwayne Brown. Actually, Richardson Fairley. There's that post position we talked about, and they're going early inside to London on the guard post, Jason.
I like the guard post right there, Bart. They see a size matchup, went right at it. Very successful. Good job.
Corbin Long, general, over to Harrett. You see the post passing and just how deep's the big fella, right?
2 possessions, 2 post feeds. 2 buckets.
If you like scoring at the rim and good post play, get ready. Here it comes. 3 for 3. That's big Dwayne Brown, sophomore.
We should have called Shaq on this one. I think he would have went nuts.
Oh, man, look at the movement and spacing, and look at that post positioning here. It's just one-on-one defense, man. That's a great pitch.
There's Wright working offensive glass, Bart.
Wow, his hands are good, Jason. It's right in front of us, but an offensive rebound. We'll talk about that in a minute. Just how important that is tonight. Spain Park on the glass. Casito over to Fairley. London. Heron looking for the reversal. Hoover always tries to get a couple reversals and at least get inside. Bad pass there. Steal by Heron.
Good defense right there by 12. Hand in the passing lane, causing the turnover.
And right now, this pace is a little bit trending towards Spain Park. They want to play it a little bit slower in the half court. Oh, and that's a great timing drive, ball screen. James, bucket.
Little defensive breakdown right there, Bart. James took advantage of it. Good bucket.
Well, here's those switching defenses we're talking about. It's back to a 2-3 zone now, and you see a 2-2-1 look, kind of like Buzz does. Coach Latch is a big Buzz Williams fan. Great defense inside. Hoover wants to catch it deep, Jason. That time Spain Park didn't allow him to. Good drive by London. What a battle.
Put-back finish.
A lot of guys getting hands around this ball. That's 7A, folks, and we'll talk a little bit later on about just the physicality and length. These are two, as we hyped, heavyweight teams, right?
Let me ask you this, Bart. Has there been a defensive rebound in this game? I know there's been a couple offensive rebounds. Big fella.
I think there was one. Sam Wright with a little stare down. Multiple offers. He can shoot it too, Jason.
He came to play.
What a look. Good finish. Now you get a timeout. He's going to let them play through it here. Spain Park very efficient early, Jason.
That was a phenomenal pass. Leading 12 right there to the layup. It barely cleared the Hoover hand.
Good defense on the inside by Sam Wright, keeping Brown from getting it. Big shot. Now, when Fairley does that and he can make that jump shot, they're a different team.
Yeah, he looked very comfortable on that one, Bart.
Good foot positioning. Oh, and there's in the backcourt. That's what people really like about London. Like his father guarded me, was an excellent defender. London is long and really hard to deal with in the backcourt.
Yeah, you're going to see how that plays in later in the game. I think every dribble will be contested. Both teams hang their hat on being solid defensive teams.
They do, and free throws always such a key part. Tonight will be a key part for Hoover. Spain Park likes to beat you up with that physicality at the free throw line. So far, only one foul in the game halfway through the first quarter. The officials letting them play.
Well, Bart, let's take a look. Hoover they run subs in right here with some smaller guards. Let's see how that changes their offensive outlook for the next few possessions.
I like that, and also Spain Park bringing Jared Smith, the football stud, multiple SEC offers as a defensive end. Number 23 in black is a sophomore. Big kid, also Blevins in the game, number 32 for Spain Park. Subs early, let's see how the bench matters. Spacing so good by Spain Park. Look at the physicality, Jason, of 7A. Wow. You better not dribble in there off balance.
Well, the difference between 7A defense, that first dribble below the foul line, is still getting contested.
Wow, what a half-court possession by Hoover. What defense. Can Spain Park just keep battling? Can Hoover keep guarding? Great help, and they get the turnover. What a possession by Hoover.
Man, these smaller guards came in there, and I think you would London's probably the 4 out there right now, right? Or the
He is. Coach Ware talked about maybe going small a little bit against this big lineup. You can't lose that guy. Lucky.
That's 2 in and outers for Gray.
They both looked good, and here's London. He can make that one. Maybe a little quick trigger there, off balance. I kind of like this angle to watch a game, though. This is kind of where I stand at Mississippi State football games, so up in the scoreboard club. So this is kind of a normal look to me. I don't mind it at all, especially seeing the physicality down here.
Man, both teams are guarding, man.
2-3 zone look by Coach Latch, mixing it up constantly. We talked about it. That's what he's going to do. We're going to get to our Hyche's hints if we ever get a break in the action. This zone look will slow Hoover down and keep this pace where Coach Latch wants it. Got to make open shots against it. Oh, offensive rebound. That's the danger.
Man, nobody's quitting on the play here. I think he was confused on who to box out right there. Leads to an easy bucket by Hoover.
Had some good movement off the ball that created that. Wow, look at the handle. Nice move by Sam Wright. And here goes Hoover. This is what they really like to do, is get out and score an early transition. Get it in that post and then find your shooter. Extra pass. Good offensive set, though. Let's see. Gonna get a charge. What do you think, partner?
Man, that charge or that situation has been highly debated, to say the least, this year.
As you see the great offensive rebound that time coming in, flying in was Elijah Thomas. But go ahead, Jason.
Well, you see Gray had 2 threes go in and out. He's trying to get him an easy one. If there's a circle right there, that's probably a block. So maybe the AHSSA can come up with a solution there, because it's definitely the most debated topic.
Right now, I think you're right. I think it is. I'd love to see a circle. That's a big shot there. Look at the block out down low by Herrick. Love that 12. The guards for Spain Park are the ones that have got to start making some plays. Right now, it's all Hoover guards and all Spain Park bigs. Look at that defense baseline cutoff.
Bart, I like Grace being aggressive.
Yes.
You know, missing the first 2 threes that look great from here. Gets the charge call, and he's still on the attack right there. That shows you he's very confident.
He is, and so you have Jake Hyche, number 23, 6'10" senior, coming in for Hoover. Also number 30, Torbor, in the game. That was a foul on him. Yeah, I like Gray's body language, though. I think you're going to see him do some good things tonight. There he is with the ball. Also in for Spain Park, you've got TJ Malmar, good-looking junior, number 5. Man, Hoover's active.
Hands in, man. Hands in every passing lane. Down on every dribble. Big shot.
Big shot. Great drive by Hunter Herrick. Young kids out there, get the puppy set on the jump stop. Pitch to your shooter. James for 3.
Yeah, that was a nice offensive play by Spain Park.
Staying in this 2-3 zone. Chris Latch is going to make Hoover shoot outside shots and bank on the fact that he can get them one shot and out. I really believe that, Jason. You see the movement. The movement going through from Hoover. When no one goes with him, it's zone.
Well, that would be the 4th possession that Hoover did not score.
What a look! Big time look by Corbin Long.
That's the second one that he's threaded the needle on right there. That's nice.
I mean, that's right at us and just coming down. The window there was not very much, and there's the shot at the end of the quarter. Spain Park up 3 on the road.
Nice.
I think we're going to keep it here, folks, and going in. We didn't get to do our hints, so we're going to do our Hyche's hints right now during this timeout for the game. I talked to both coaches, and first off, it's kind of the same thing. Mossy Oak Golf always brings them to us, and Jason, it's about rebounding. It's about easy baskets. It's about scoring around the rim. And for Spain Park, they want to win the easy basket battle, and they've done it so far, and also execute the scout and create imbalance. They've done that. As far as Hoover goes, they haven't done a great job, but it's been okay, limiting second shots. That is what Coach Ware was very serious about. You see how important the rim is. Hoover wants to dictate the pace and defend. If they defend, can create turnovers, make Spain Park uncomfortable in their offense, they can get out and run with the pace. What do you think about those high tips brought to you by Mossy Oak?
I think you're spot on right there, Bart. I think both teams have had some really good defensive possessions. Hoover in the man-to-man, Spain Park in the zone. They're late in that quarter. Really shaping up to be a first-class battle.
It is, and so this first half is brought to you by Alice Maxwell. Their team has served the Tuscaloosa community for decades. Alice Maxwell, after 50-plus years of combined real estate experience, $1 billion plus in total real estate sold and over 3,000 transactions. The Tuscaloosa-based company, Alice Maxwell team, is now expanding their services to Birmingham in the area. Go to maxwellteambirmingham.com. Excuse me. Caught, buddy.
I like how Spain Park, they're rolling 4 big guys in, keeping them fresh. There goes James. James is probably not going to come out much tonight, Bart.
No, and he's really handling it. But look at the length of Hoover. That's what they do, Jason. It's just the passing lane is too long. And one.
Yeah, fairly London. These other young guards for Hoover, they stay in the passing lane. Nothing easy tonight here.
Nothing easy, and Long and Harriet are not as long, no pun intended, as the Hoover guards. You got to shorten those passing lanes. That ball there, if you're Harriet, you got to get up, young kids. Even if it forces you out a little bit, get where the ball can see you and make it easy for your passer.
Well, as Fairley makes this free throw here, Bart, I'm curious to see if Coach Latch will go to some backdoor cuts to alleviate some of that passing lane play of Hoover.
And there's a run and jump there. Run and jump out of their man-to-man pressure. Man, every possession matters, man. Hoover really gets down in guards. Look at that right there. Good defense by the young fella.
55 walled up well right there. Brown's a load down there.
Casito couldn't get it to go. Nice little Euro move. And here comes Long. 16-16, as you see. The Alice Maxwell team bug. Wow, might have got and one right there. That was a big-time take by T.J. Lamar. This game is about one word to me right now, Jason Yarbrough: toughness.
It is tough. Both teams are getting after it.
Only about 4 miles from each other, both located in Hoover.
One of those pride games, Bart.
Good shot fake, nice jump stop. That's how you get in there, young kids. Just finish it, Hunter. Nice drive, though. Casito. Oh, what a nice wraparound pass to find a shooter. Elijah Thomas for 3.
They get one to drop right there, Bart, against that zone. Let's see what Spain Park continues to do.
I just love how Hunter Harriet's always ready to catch and play. That's a foul. Good drive right there, taking it in by Sam Wright. That's what Coach Latch wants. And here's a replay right here. As you see Casito, nice wraparound in between the defender.
Man, that's a high-level pass right there. He made the defender think he was going corner, wrapped it around with his length right there, stepped into it, 3-ball.
But, Jason, that's one of those that if you're receiving that pass, bro, you got to knock that one down, don't you?
Got to. It's just like an extra pass. You get that third ball skip reversal. Yeah, it's and most of the time they go in.
They do.
Yeah, it's just because
good basketball rewards good shot.
That's the right way to play.
Richardson in the game now. Gets caught up, traveled. Slipped a little bit, got off balance. Darren Howell right there with a call.
That is probably the first 2 possessions that were ugly.
So if you're both coaches, what are you changing? Anything? You just want to play?
No.
This is building down the road, right?
This is going to be straight. Whose defense is better is going to be the key. Who makes free throws?
Yep.
Who defends?
Just all those little things and easy baskets. But they are sticking with this on making Hoover shoot it. And guess what? London says, I'm ready.
Well, Hoover looks very confident in shooting the 3-ball. So let's see if they'll stay in the zone.
Gray gets to the jump stop. Good defense there by London. Smith with a nice post move. Good battle between 2 young sophomores. Brown says no. Look at Brown. Look at the big fella. And then the outlet.
Wow.
Man. Folks, I don't know if you could see it on TV, but the physicality and energy in this place is immense.
Well, you can tell the fans are starting to get into it a little more, Bart. So this is going to shape up to be a great one.
Look at the length of the Spain Park zone. Hoover's going to have to make shots all night, though, because the length, it's not just one or two times. You've got to consistently keep making shots.
That's right.
3-point lead for Hoover. And there's a reach.
Yeah, you got Corbin Long and James
Look at this.
table.
Look at this block, Jason, on the replay. Sorry. Big fella. What did you see out of Brown right there? Sorry to interrupt you.
Brown was not over aggressive right there. He kind of waited to see what 23 was going to do right there. 2 big blocks, a great outlet pass on top of that. So he's getting after it.
Good defense there by Hoover. Good tip out. Sophomore Smith.
Shuffle. Got to pound that jump stop.
Got to pound that jump stop. Got the extra step there. 22-19. Free throws not that much of a battle or not that much of an impact in this first half as both teams only have 3 team fouls. 7A, they let them play.
They let them play a little more, and 2, both teams are accustomed to getting after each other on defense.
I love that set right there by Coach Latch, a little back screen, down screen. Excellent guarding by Hoover. Had that one scouted. He wants that one. Wow, look at these guys down here battling. Look at these battling on these boards. It's what they talked about. Spain Park relentless.
Yeah, I wish we had an offensive rebound count right here because it's going to be off the charts before this.
I've got them at 7 right now.
7?
7 right now. And maybe a couple more on some tips, or could have had a couple more if they didn't get. But see, the one thing about Spain Park, especially Wright and Gray, they're not going to come out of the game a lot. Like you said, James, how does the subbing pattern affect Spain Park, what Hoover does?
Well, Gray can rotate between 2 guard spots and that 4th guard, if you will. But they are rotating 3 other guys in at the big. Sam's going to stay out there as much as possible in this zone. May be a factor in that. So it's kind of chopping that tempo up a little bit.
There's just so much length on the interior from baseline below. That's what you got to find is that one-on-one. That might have been a foul. Yeah, I was going to say. He was leaning in a little bit. I like that call.
Yeah, I think 23 got off balance right there and threw the knee in. But Jared Smith's a good-looking kid. What'd you say? He was a defensive end?
Defensive end. Yeah, I should have had my boy, I'm sure Tim Vakakis is here. Big-time football coach, big-time friend of mine, big-time flag football player back in the day at Auburn when I was in grad school. He was coaching us up back then.
So Smith he's a 5-star?
Yeah, if he's not, he's going to be, but I think he already is a 5-star. Yeah. And you can tell he's going to get a lot bigger, more muscular when he grows into his body. Some good-looking athletes and players on this court tonight. Long sweeps it under. James is just not going to be denied.
No, James got into the body right there, number 10. Kept going downhill. Brown with a late block, but I think they called a little hip check.
Magic City basketball, folks. Hyche Hoops is in the house. And it's just going to keep getting better now. We'll talk about it a little bit later on. Some playoffs. Playoffs are coming. Just pick your poison, what you want to go watch.
Well, you'll see both these. I don't know where they go. Northeast, Northwest. I can't really keep up with the 7A, but you'll see both teams. Well, I'm assuming so.
1-point game. You see Hoover loves to step in off that elbow top touch and try to get a little post feed. Got to force him right or he's going to cause you problems. Wow, look at the effort by London.
Wow.
Numbers, if you run.
Oh, yeah, he sees it. He sees it. Nice body.
See, Jason, I like that. I think Spain Park can score an early offense and find some early post-ups on the run down with their bigs, because when that Hoover defense gets set up in half court, it's really tough to score against.
Well, when you got a big like Sam Wright that's going to run the floor, you know, he didn't overextend on that bump right there. He just kind of threw it out there to kind of see where he's at. He knows he's got the length to finish, so great job, Sam.
Big time finish right there. Seneca Robinson. Yeah, Sam Wright, Colgate, Bucknell, Navy, those are the offers so far. And as they continue, if they go a long way, you may see some higher mid-majors get in there.
Yeah, sure thing.
His hands, watch his hands right here. Look at his hand. Able to do that after getting it stripped and grab, and then he's got great hands, great feet.
He knows exactly who he is as a basketball.
Great point.
He has not tried to do anything that he's not capable of doing. You see Coach Latch is comfortable with him. You know, he shot 2 threes, made one. Nice free throw stroke. Really, you can tell this kid stays in the gym.